In this lecture, we will know about the next command in 3D modeling, that is revolve. So first of all, we go to the revolve tool. So I go to new, we have to select model, give it some name and click OK. Go to this home tab and here I go to extrude and we can find the revolve feature. Now it is showing create a feature by revolving a section about an axis. We can also go to this command menu, insert, design feature and revolve. Now I go to this revolve command, so select revolve from here. Now just like extrude, to create the revolve we need a reference sketch. So we have to create this sketch. For this I click on this sketch section, select a plane. So let's say I select this plane and click OK. After that we need to create a geometry. So let's say I select the line. So I select the profile command from here and I create a profile like this. So let's zoom out from here. So I'm taking the random values for this, not any exact value. So just create a profile like this to show you how to create the revolve. Now take the reference for this up to this height and then take this to the end point. Now this is a closed sketch. Right click and click OK. So the sketch is completed. After that I click on finish sketch. Now inside this revolve tool, in this dialog window, we can see we need to specify a vector. About this vector, this complete sketch will rotate. Now let's say the axis of revolution or the vector I am taking this vertical line or sketch. Click on this. And now we can see this sketch here, it is specifying in this green color, has been rotated with respect to that axis and the angle of axis is 360 degree. So let's say I take this value 180 to have a better view and click enter. So now we can see we have this half geometry. So 180 degree is half circle. Similar to the extrude command, we have option in this limit like start value and end value. And inside this arrow we have similar value if we have any reference. So I am taking just value and click OK. Now we can have a preview of this revolve feature. Once again I go to this revolve tool, double click on this, and this time what I do is I will specify a different rotation of vector for this. I click on this and let's say I select this horizontal axis as our axis of revolution. Click on this. Now I click OK. So this time the axis of revolution has been changed. Earlier this line, this edge was axis of revolution, but this time I am taking the half of this. So axis of revolution is like this from this vertical line. So in this way we can change our axis of revolution depending on the requirement of the geometry. And we have some similar option like boolean, offset, etc. So we are going to learn about them one by one. First let's change this axis of revolution, specify vector, and I select this vertical line and then click OK. After that what I do is once again I go to revolve command, select revolve. Now we need to create a sketch once again. So this time I am going to create the sketch onto this plane. So select this face, zoom in onto this. I create a rectangle here. Go to rectangle and I draw a rectangle like this. And then finish this sketch. Now we need to specify the axis of revolution. We can specify the axis of revolution as an axis. So let's say the Z axis. Okay, so this is Z axis. And this time in the boolean I'm going to select the subtract option. Select subtract. In the end I select until selected. I select this face. Or we can specify the value 180 degree and click OK. Just like the extrude cut, we can also create the revolve cut. So now we can see we have created a revolve cut. So the material has been removed. Okay, so I go to this both the revolve option. So before this, I'm going to save this. So go to file. So I have created a folder of revolve in your project file. So I will select revolve 1. So you can use this file for reference, revolve 1. After that, I'm going to delete them. I need to delete only revolve 2 and click delete. I go to revolve 1, double click on this, and I want to make some changes into the sketch. So click on this sketch section. So that is the sketch we have created. So this time what I'm going to do is I draw a line like this. Draw a line from here to up to this line. Okay, like this. So draw a line. After that I'm going to trim the extra part. So select this line. I'm going to trim it, and also the bottom line. So I have this line. So these two lines are not connected. So I select this line, right click and go to convert to reference. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to create an offset sketch. So the sketch is offset from the origin. It means the axis of revolution. So this line is our reference line. All the sketches will be rotated with respect to reference line. But in between here, these are not connected. So I click finish. And now we can see whenever we have a geometry like this, whenever there is a gap between the axis of revolution and the geometry, it will not create any material into this. So here we can see this portion is empty. There is no material. So when I rotate to 360 degree, so it will create a hole like this here. So that is the way we create the offset revolve. So I'm going to save this. Go to save as. So this is revolve 2, and after that we can go to some more features in revolve. So once again go to revolve and double click on this, and I go to this option of offset. So before this, let's say this value is 180, so we can have a good view of cross section. Press enter. I'm going to select the offset option. In this offset I'm selecting two-sided. So whenever I select this offset option, it will create a thick feature. So here we can see it is not complete solid. From inside it is only a thick feature. So let's say that I define this value 10, so we have a better view. So we can define this value in two sides. So the green color is showing the sketch. Whenever I select the end value, it will take inner part. Okay, so the inner part of this material is filled. Let's say I insert some value. Let's say I select -5. So now we can see it is also going to create some solid outside this green color sketch. And I click OK. So here we can see we have a thick feature. So with this offset we can create this type of geometries. Go to revolve once again. In the similar way we can also create a sheet. Go to the solid body type, I will select sheet. So in the offset and boolean we need to select the none from here before this. So solid, I select none. I select sheet from here and click OK. Now this time it has created a surface. So it has no thickness. It is just for a reference surface. So similarly, whenever we create the revolve of any open sketch, so I go to this revolve, I right click and delete it. So once again I go to revolve and I create a sketch section, select a plane and click OK. So let's say I go to this line command, I draw a line like this. So just single line for reference, I click finish sketch. And the axis of revolution, I am going to select this vertical Z axis. So whenever I have any open sketch, it is always going to create a sheet. It will not create a solid geometry. So I can go to this offset and I can thicken it. So I can provide the thickness. So let's say this value is 20 to have a better view. So this time it will create a thick feature. And I can click OK. So these are some different ways of using the revolve command.